What's up YouTube? Cheating Lefty here. Today we have a fan favorite disc to bring in today's review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Discraft Vulture. Now it's a driver, speed 10, glide 5, turn 0, and a fade of 2, putting it in that hybrid driver category, a fast fairway or a slow distance driver, perfect for slower arms who are looking to get into more of those distance drivers. So for me, it feels like the Vulture has been around for a long time because it is such a fan favorite, but as you can see, it just came out in 2018, so 4 short years ago. It's easy to see why the Vulture has gained such a strong following in such a short amount of time. It has a good amount of glide to it, it perfectly blends a fairway driver's control with great distance potential. Also, it has a very smooth rim. It doesn't feel like it's going to cut into your hand, which gives it a great feel for both backhand and forehand shots. For us slower arms, the Vulture is going to be such a predictable distance driver. You can throw this on a hyzer and it's going to just hold the arcing hyzer the entire way, whereas if you throw it flat, it's going to ride really straight for the majority of its flight, and then as it slows down, it's going to have that nice, real predictable finish. Out of the box, I feel that the Vulture flies like a seasoned onyx. So if you've been trying out the onyx and you can't get it to hold the lines that you want, or it has just too much fade at the end, really take a look at the Vulture. It is more workable in the mid-flight, especially for slower arm players, so you can get it to hold these really nice big flex shots. You can trust that you can put it on an anhyzer angle, get it to hold a nice turn, but then it does have a lot of good late stability to it, so you don't have to worry about it turning into an incidental roller. It's still going to get that turn, however, it is going to have that late stability to fight its way back. And if you actually want to see me throwing both side by side and how they compare, I do have a Vulture and Onyx comparison video. I will put that link down below. So how do I use the Vulture out on the course? Well, for one, I use it for these nice placement hyzer shots. It holds that arcing hyzer really well. It doesn't flip up and try to turn, so I know I can trust exactly where it's going to land. And because of the Vulture's predictable late finish, I can trust it on a flex shot over OB and know that it's going to fight its way out of that flex and keep me in bounds. Now, I mentioned earlier the Vulture has decent glide, and that is perfect for us medium to slower arms because we get the control of a fairway driver without sacrificing too much distance. Now let's go ahead and talk about the different plastic types that the Vulture comes in, because even though it's only been out for about 4 years, it does come out in a good variety of different plastics, ranging from very straight with a little bit of fade to fairly overstable even for those big arms. Now, the Austin Turner Glow ESP is one of the most overstable Vultures that I have found. However, those can be difficult to find, but I have heard from multiple people that the Vulture in Big Z and then the Glow Sparkle and Crystal from Ledgestone, that those do run fairly overstable. However, if you're looking for a Vulture that is workable in the mid-flight, even for slower arms, but you can trust that it's going to fight back, then I would suggest you go and check out the Vulture in ESP plastic, as it is the plastic type that I would recommend to most players. Now, if you're looking for a Vulture that's going to be a little bit more flippy out of the box, I would go with the Z Vulture. I can throw these flat and I'm going to get an instant flex on it. It's still going to have that nice late stability, but if I put it on an anhyzer, it's going to hold the line almost all the way to the ground. But when thrown flat, it's going to get that nice flex versus where like an ESP for that same shot, I'm going to have to throw it on a slight anhyzer line. Now, if you're looking for insanely understable Vulture, I would go with the fabled full foil if you can find them. I hear they're practically rollers, that they're really not a Vulture, only a Vulture in name. Overall, I have to say that my opinion of the Vulture is very positive. I feel it's actually a disc that a lot of players, they really need a disc like this in their bag. It really bridges that gap between those kind of speed 8 fairway drivers and your speed 11, speed 12 distance drivers. It is right in that kind of awkward in between that a lot of players honestly don't have that slot in their bag. I feel that the Vulture would really benefit a lot of players. It's that type of disc that you don't know you need it until you throw it. Alright everyone, congratulations, you have made it to the end of the video. Thank you all so much for joining me. As always, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and see all the different shenanigans that I get into throughout the year. As always, thank you to my sponsors, Riverside Pro Shop, Disc., and Discraft. Thank you again for the support in 2022. Thank you all. Until next time, keep banging them chains.